Hello. Ok, so, no sé si debo hablar en inglés. En teoría está en español, pero no hay- Okay, so I think I can speak in English. So this is the project of one of my friends. It's Alejandro Infante, but he cannot get to this conference. So I'm going to do my best in order to present his work. Um, uh, so 1 year ago, we started to work with the AI. So we need to build all the stuffs about AI. So we suddenly know that there is no libraries to do that in Smalltalk. So we started to use libraries from other languages like Python because they have a big community to do that. That was our necessity to create this library called PythonBridge that allow us to manage a lot of the libraries from Python. Uh, oh, okay. So that is the usual code that you can see in Python in order to have an XML file and write it from the script. So how can we get that in the Faro system? We usually handle a command factory. Then we create a identifier from the Faro object to the Python object, and then we send the commands to a server that it's in Python, and then we wait. We can wait, or we can also give a promise. So in that order, when we send a command, we expect then the result. So for this example, it's something like this. So I'm going to describe a little bit how this works. So first, in Smalltalk, we have a list of an object. In this example, the class in strings. So then we send a message sorted in order, to sort these objects as a Python tree generate identifier. That is another project from the team of Steph. And then we send these objects to the server in Python, and also with a callback, because we want that the function of Python used a block closure from Smalltalk. But we need to do one couple of things before. First, we need to create a binding reference, because the object is living in the list object is living in Faro, and we need to create that in Python. So we do that, and then we create another binding for the block closure that is going to be called by the sort function. In this case, we are going to sort by the first character of the class. Then we have a promise that we are going to wait for the value. And optionally, you can also give a transform block, because these kind of objects are not like objects in Smalltalk. So then you can have, in this case, the sort list that is a string, and then you can transform these strings into classes that are, that is the thing that we want. So, okay, demo time. Okay, so this is the easiest example. So I'm going to construct a Python operation, the sum. So I want to try to sum just two numbers in Python. So oh, it works. So this writes a server in Python, in the Python size, and then send these values to that server. So now I'm using what's the name, the version 3.8. So this is the other example. So first I'm going to create these cities. So I do it, and these countries. And I'm going to start the application of Python. Okay, and now I can send I need to import the library to write the Excel file in Python. So I do it. And now I can see the Python command. I'm going to create a Python command with the PythonBridge command factory. And I can create a workbook. I can see what is the workbook here. It's a proxy object to the Python object. Then I'm going to add a worksheet. And now I'm going to write a small titles in. Then I can send here, for example, the cities. But this is actually quite bad, because if you can see this Python instruction, this try to send a string representation of the array. So we do not want that, because this list can be actually a bigger object. So actually we want to create this list in the Python side, and then we have to keep, we want to keep a reference to this object. So first I'm going to create a binding to the cities and create this object in Python. And then I'm going to send the binding. So now if I inspect this object, I can see that I actually using the reference in the command. So I'm going to send this command to write the column of the cities, and then the command from the countries. As you see, I actually create a reference here for the countries. Oh. And then I'm going to close the stream. And here I can see the reference. So I get the file reference because I have transformed the object first as a file reference. And now I can see my XML file. So yeah, I can use the libraries from Python. So the last one example is about manage images. So first I'm going again to start the application. Then I'm going to create a reference to an image. So I have this image. And now I'm going to import a library called OpenCV from from Python. This is a library to do some transformations in the images. Now I'm going to call this instruction to read the image, to open a process in Python and show the image in Python. Okay, this is Python, so I can see the same image. And now I'm going to change a little bit the image. I'm going to change the scale to the color scale to a gray scale. Okay. So now I'm going to use the otros transformation that basically change colors to white or black. Okay. But now I want to, actually this object lives in Python, so I now want to retrieve this information to Smalltalk objects. So now I can use this to list in order to transfer this image to a binary, to a array image. So I'm going to inspect now this instruction. Oh, it's a big one. This is because my image is bigger. Okay. It's a big image. Maybe I need to stop the process. I'm going to stop because it's going to take a lot of time of rendering in the inspector. But I have the image here, so I think that I can. Okay. Just a second. The image is bigger, that's why it's taking time. Maybe with a small one. Well, I need to stop it because it's going to take time. And we don't have time. Well, for a small one, I can actually create a form. That was the idea of this instruction. But it takes time, so I'm gonna skip it. The last one transformation is the Laplacian transformation. It's a common transformation for images. So I'm going to execute it in Python, so I'm not going to transfer the object to the image of Faro. Oh, taking time. Oh. I stopped the process. I think that I need to stop it. Okay, so we are okay. Okay, so that is the result of the Laplacian transformation. So yeah, this is the work from Alejandro. We port this software to VisualWorks too, because we have some users on VisualWorks that love to have this this framework. This, how can I say it? this bridge, this Python bridge in working Windows. And yeah, I think that we can port it in another language too, and in another Smalltalk dialects too. So that is all for me. Thank you.
Questions?
Yeah, I have a question. Do you have it public in some repository?
Sorry?
Can we download this? En español. ¿Está publicado en algún lugar esto? ¿Se puede bajar?
Yeah.
open
Sí,
source?
tenemos un. Yeah, the question is if we have some documentation about that. I think, and we have this URL. Yeah, and we have this wiki, so you can. There is the instructions how to install it in your Faro image. What version do you need? What Python do you need? Because you can have this example from PythonBridge is just an example, but you can create another environment for Python for using, for example, Keras on different versions of Python. So yeah, it's all there.
Here. As I can see, you have a global that is PBCF that you use to interact with the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that you can only have one bridge per image or per virtual machine, or can you have more than one?
At this point, I know that there is just one. In one Faro image, you just can interact with one Python version, at least as I know.
But do you know why?
It's because the communication to the server.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah, this is a simple question. So the data that goes over the wire to the Python server needs to be somehow serialized. So I imagine you don't support all possible types. We saw strings, number. So what are the other options that you could pass as arguments?
Okay, so we can actually transfer a lot of objects, basic objects, using different kind of brokers. That is the kind of class that Alejandro calls. So this broker transfers the data into strings. So you can use, in this case, an HTTP version, or I think that the JSON version too, to have to pass this to the server that he has in the Python side, because he wrote also the Python side, so he then do the transformation to the Python. Okay, so that's the thing.
Okay.
More questions? I have one. When you create a binding, when is the object on the Python side being released? Or do you have to do it explicitly?
I think that you need to do explicitly.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.